Think of it. Finding out your risk for cancer years in advance, or customizing a diet based on your genetics. At-home DNA tests promising just that. 7 News reporter Jaclyn Allen asking if the new technology delivers.
This is me.
23andMe.
I might have an increased risk of heart disease,
arthritis,
Gallstones.
Promising genetic testing that could save your life.
Getting my 23andMe results.
It really opened my eyes.
And with kits for only $99, more people are paying to unlock Pandora's DNA box.
Know more about your health.
We wanted to know, does it deliver? Not many 19-year-olds ask their parents for genetic testing.
I opened up my box and I was so excited.
But Dana Hall is fascinated by her family history.
I was really excited to find out my ancestry.
So the Highlands Ranch teenager spat in a test tube and shipped it to 23andMe. It's clear the business of personalized healthcare is booming, with companies promising DNA tests to find the ideal date and personalized prescriptions. And in 23andMe's case, learn your disease risk, reaction to medications, and inherited traits.
There are some ethical issues, but that's not to say that Americans won't necessarily go for something that's $99.
Dr. Matthew Taylor, head of the genetics program at University Hospital, says the science behind 23andMe is robust. The problem is how people interpret the results.
There are people in the genetics field who are worried that this is genetic testing and it's done without a physician, without a genetic counselor.
Because many genetic diseases are heavily influenced by outside factors, such as environment and lifestyle, the test results could create unnecessary worry, or worse, a false sense of security.
One interpretation might be, look, my breast cancer risk went down. I guess I don't have a risk of breast cancer, and maybe that individual would forgo breast cancer screening.
Here's the problem. The test results list your risk compared to other people across the population, and we're just not that good at figuring out what to do with risk.
It'd be nice to know that if you take this drug, you'll get sick. But it really says if you take this drug, you might have a slightly higher chance of getting sick than somebody else who takes the same drug.
A 23andMe spokeswoman tells me they have many examples of people who've benefited from the tests, like this runner who was later diagnosed with a rare disease. And there are larger issues at stake. With enough people in the database, the company hopes to eventually track disease patterns, find cures, and create personal health care roadmaps.
So this is the homepage here.
When she got her test results back, Dana says it finally hit her.
Reading through, I was so nervous just because I didn't want to find out something that could change the course of my life, even though it's just a genetic test.
In some ways, the results were no surprise. Her ancestry came back mostly Northern European. Her mom's Danish. But she didn't get any information on her father's side because she's female and doesn't have a Y chromosome.
I will admit, when I got the results back, I was a little disappointed.
When she worked up the courage to read about her health risks, she was in for a shock.
I was so surprised to hear that I was at almost a double a risk of developing Alzheimer.
Alzheimer's wasn't really on her radar.
And that's scary to me because I don't want to lose my mind when I get older.
In spite of her concerns, she realizes it's just a slightly elevated risk, not a diagnosis.
I look at it as a tool that I can use to help my own choices and my lifestyles, but I'm not going to take it as something that's 100% true.
For her,
I loved it.
23andMe delivered.
Change what you can, manage what you can't.
But geneticists tell us, remember, this test is all about risk. If your goal is to find out what's next for your personal health, that's a crystal ball test. And unfortunately, that test doesn't exist. Jaclyn Allen, 7 News.
Jaclyn says 23andMe recently conducted the first genetic study of stretch marks. They found 4 genetic markers that may indicate someone is more susceptible to that condition.